Evening all, I hope everybody's well. I did a video a couple of days ago on sayintentions and it wasn't working very well, and about 20 minutes after I uploaded the video they released an update and it's sort of addressing everything I was complaining about, so just going to try it tonight. It'll work or it won't work. IFR has now been implemented in Europe, so I'm going to give it a go. I do understand from the guys that the approaches haven't been finalised, so we will see how we get on. So let's jump in. This will go as good or as bad as it's going to go. I'm fine with it. Let's just bang a browser on here. A couple of these. We'll have. Okie dokie. Let's load her up. Right. Ignore that because I've changed the time of the sim, which is cool. We'll just load her up instantly and we'll bang that over to the Mercadoo. We'll set the box up quickly and then we'll jump into sayintentions and we'll have a go from there. And we'll see how we get on. Now, if I've been having some real crappy frame issues, I might have sorted them, I might not. We will find out when we take off whether we get stutters or not. Frame issues are not on the sim, the frame issues are on my stream. Right, we're flight level 280. We'll get the basics done on here, then we'll jump onto the business end at sayintentions. Right, the fuel was 5.1. Okie dokie. Business end of it, let's launch sayintentions. I'll bring it on the screen. I can probably just lose these for a bit. I'm used to having two monitors, so I'm trying to bring stuff on the screen so you guys can see what I'm doing on the stream as well. Right, so the ATIS is 134168. Can you get a 168? That's an issue for a start because you don't have to. We'll see if we get an 80s on 13465 first. So the frequency for the 80s at Jersey isn't available on our frequency, so I don't know if that will pull through or not. We'll give it a minute. Hang on, wait. This me being thick, isn't it? You can tell I've just finished coaching kids. 680. I'm being daft. My brain's still in coaching mode from 10-year-olds running around. Yeah, I am a tool, Rob. It's me. Okay. Right, we haven't got a clearance, so we'll go straight to ground. 121905. Right, let's get on to ground. So we'll treat this as if we're just doing this properly, so we won't look at the screen. And I'll do this as in ICAO language, so I know this is very American. but they've assured me that, well, they're starting to bring some of the phraseology over, so let's see if it understands. Jersey Ground, good evening, EZ2064, it's at stand 1 and A320 with Mike. The QNH is 1020. IFR clearance please through to Birmingham. Alright, we'll see what we get. So the system, whilst we wait, automatically retrieves my flight plan from SimBrief. So it knows where I'm going, it understands the SIDS and the stars. There is still a bit of a... Okay, thanks, wheels up. Let me fix that. I'm glad you've said that. Let me go into my mixer and I'll bring up... We're actually going to get a clearance. Yes, don't use the SimBrief, Rob, because you'll overwrite my plan. Well, that's a good start because it hasn't responded. Let's just do a radio check. Jersey Ground, good evening. Radio check, please. EZ2064. Let me know if you can hear it better once it gives me a reply, and if not, I'll see if I can turn it up some more. Five by five, Roger. So was that speech all right from ATC, guys? Was that any better? You have to let me know. Is it still very low? Okay. That's strange. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. Just make sure it's output into... Oh, I'm clicking the wrong screen here. Let me just make sure I'm outputting it to the right place. Headset. Ah, that's why it's very low. It might be too loud now.
This is what air traffic control sounds like.
Was that too loud now? Or was that okay? Ah, okay, I was just routing it down the wrong channel. Okay, that's good. Right, let's go for a clearance again then. And let's try again. So, Jersey Ground, good evening. EZ2064 is at gate 1. We're in Airbus A320 with Mike, the QNH 1020. IFR clearance please through to Birmingham Airport. Let's see what we get. Hopefully you can't hear me slurping my cup of tea. I had this last night a couple of times where it wasn't responding at first. Then all of a sudden something clicked in.
EZ2064 Squawk 6612. Report ready for pushback and startup.
Where's my clearance? Rob, it's not doing it, mate. I'm trying. Jersey Ground, EZ2064, requesting IFR clearance please through to Birmingham with information Mike. Yeah, I might have to reset it and start again. Not a great start, is it? Hey, we'll see what we get first after that. I did a flight earlier and it was perfect. It was absolutely brilliant. So I don't want it to let me down. Oh, here we go.
EZ2064, information. Mike is correct. Cleared to the Birmingham Aerodrome via the Benny Tree B departure then as filed. Departure runway 8. Initial climb to flight level 4,500 feet. Departure on 120.305, squawk 6612.
EZ2064 is cleared to Birmingham via the Benny 3 Bravo departure, then has failed. Departure runway is 8, initial climb flight level 4,500 feet, departure on 120.305, the squawk 6612. So fingers crossed whatever it was doing has just stopped. Is that volume okay? Is it too loud now?
EZ2064 readback correct. Expect runway 8. Report ready for pushback.
Right. Okie dokie. The sound's good. Brilliant. Okay, so 6612. I'm just hoping my frames will hold up. Right. I'll do it on here. I can't be asked to bring the browser up. So we're going to be out on 8. So Benny 3 Bravo. I will bring the browser back up for performance. And we'll send that through. Check what's gone. So we're flaps 1 down 0.3. So that's the box all set up. And so the initial was 4,500. Right, say intentions, where's it gone? So the tower, I'm going to reprogram it, so it's 12045. Let's just put that in the standby, because there's no handoff from ground at the minute to tower. Once you've got to the threshold 120450. Okay, cool. Alright, let's go up to the top. And what we will do as well, before I forget, we'll switch on our PA so we can hear the sexy announcements we get. Cool. We're running the real world traffic as well from PSX traffic and real world traffic combined, so the ATC does not control that, but so we might just be mindful that somebody might land on top of us. That happened to me earlier. Right.
Tornado 892 Tango Oscar, hold short of runway tree 1 right traffic on final approach. Holding short of runway tree 1 right, Tornado 892 Tango Oscar.
See you in a bit, Robbo. Cheers for checking in, pal.
Cherokee tree 15 X-ray Papa, hold short of taxiway Delta traffic on final approach. Holding short of Delta Cherokee tree 15 X-ray Papa.
I don't use GSX, by the way. I just find it too demanding on my system. And I can't be asked waiting 25 minutes while we load the aircraft.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground, stand by.
Right, APU should be running, which it is. Just hoping the frames don't go a bit ropey when we're on the takeoff roll, because this OBS, what I'm streaming on, really takes its toll on my system for some strange reason.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and the ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Let me just bang in the ATSU while we're here.
Standing by for pushback.
Let's do the A cars. We'll request that. I'll clear these messages off because I hate seeing anything on my PFT that I don't like, so they've got rid of that message. Right, so we'll click start pushback, but it won't start anyway until we take the brake off.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Jersey ground easy 2064 stand 1 ready to push and start. This dude with the headphones on, his.
064 readback correct. Expect runway 8, report ready for pushback.
Oh, okay. I didn't acknowledge him last time, did I? Report and ready for pushback, Roger, EZ2064. We'll let that push through and then we'll call for we'll just wait for that to register. When it's ready, it is a bit slow still.
EZ2064 pushback approved. Expect runway 8. Call when ready to taxi.
It did register it. Pushback approved. Call when ready. Thank you, EZ2064. Okay. Okie dokie, let's release our parking brake. Oh, I haven't started SPAD next either. You can tell how unorganised I am tonight. Right, okay.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Cross-check.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good afternoon. A very warm welcome to your EasyJet flight today. A special welcome to our EasyJet Plus cardholders. If you would like to know more about this service, please do not hesitate to ask any of your crew throughout the flight. My name is Nolan. It's my pleasure to introduce the rest of the crew today. Working with me at the front, we have Tim. Joining you very shortly at the centre, we have Carl. And working very hard down the back today, we have John. Ladies and gentlemen, but primarily for your safety. With that in mind, we do ask, indeed we require, but 2 minutes of your time, but most importantly your attention, whilst we take you through the safety procedures of this aircraft, an Airbus A320. Thank you.
Starting number 1.
Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions, including the following safety procedures. The safety card found in your seat pocket contains important information about exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and the brace position that you must adopt if you hear
Parking brake set.
brace. There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. The cabin crew are now pointing out the exits nearest to you. Please be aware
Startup
that
is
your
complete.
nearest
You may
usable
disconnect.
exit may be behind you. Emergency lighting
Okay,
will
sir,
guide
please
you to an
disconnect and
exit.
has been removed to the other side. Have a safe flight.
All baggage on board.
Holding
Seatbelt
position
is
waiting for the
fastened,
visual. Thank you and goodbye.
adjusted.
Short taxi, I'll pop the
Delta
TCAS
908
on now.
Charlie Echo, hold short of runway 13 right awaiting departure clearance.
We recommend that you keep
Holding
it
short of runway 13 right, Cessna 908 Charlie Echo.
If air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen.
Jersey ground EZ2064 ready to taxi.
And breathe normally. Hold the mask in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. put on your own mask before helping.
There's another plane just spawned where I've just
If we
pulled
land
from.
on water, take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch and put it over your head.
2064 taxi to runway 8 at your discretion.
Waist and click together.
Runway out at my discretion, Roger,
Forward down,
EZ2064.
Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate it by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into this tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. The cabin crew can assist you with life jackets for children.
Just hoping the stream doesn't go all laggy on me.
Armrests down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. Further information regarding your safety on board can be found in the in-flight magazine. We hope you have a great flight.
We hope you have a great flight. So for people who have just joined that weren't at the start of the stream, so sayintentions have released an update at sort of around midnight last night at UK time that's enabled IFR now on their network. Now it is in beta and it's not perfect, but you can do a flight, but the developers sort of made it clear the approaches aren't right at the minute, so it'll do enough to get you down, but you may get some weird instructions, so we're unprepared for that. I've done a couple of flights with it so far anyway.
Learjet 333, Lima Juliet taxi to holding point Charlie via taxiway Bravo.
Taxiing to holding point Charlie via Bravo Learjet 333 Lima Juliet.
I've not been able to stream for months, and I found out what the problem was in the end. For some reason, the screen refresh rate on my monitor would change to 20. So anything over 20, it was just causing screen tears and all sorts of stuttering. And so I'm fingers crossed. This is my first stream in months, and I'm just hoping but I don't get lagging on the stream and it turns into a slideshow. At the moment, I'm looking at the preview, it looks okay. Right, so we need to go over to Tower. Before I call Tower, I'm just going to pop the
SE on initial contact, you have information might.
Oh,
Jersey Airport information might. 2150 Zulu.
Brakes aren't working.
Wind 110 at 10. Visibility 10. Sky condition.
I've just put the 80s back in, haven't I? Donkey. Right, okay. Tower 12045. So you don't, at the minute, you don't get a handoff from ground to tower. You're just expected to go to the hold point and call up. My departure was 120305. Let's just double check that. It did give me a frequency, but it's not on there. Wrote down 120305. Let's just go back to the clearance. Departure 120305, yeah. Now I wonder if that frequency will work. That'll be interesting, we'll find out. Jersey Tower, EZ2064 at holding point runway 8, ready for departure. Is it going to work?
2064 Jersey Tower, runway 8, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 8, easy 2064.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff.
Hello, it's Nolan. That's cabin secure for takeoff. Thank you.
Easy 2064, runway 8 cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 8, easy 2064.
Warrior Tree, 71 Bravo, Charlie, make right traffic, runway 21 cleared for takeoff.
Make right traffic cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Warrior Tree, 71 Bravo, Charlie.
So that's just random ATC chatter that it adds in. You can turn that off. It's obviously not relevant to this airport. Guys, you can try this app free of charge. Just go to the sayintentions.ai website, sign up. They do take a card number and they do charge £1, but they do refund it just to check that it's a genuine card. But you can have a 24-hour trial of this free of charge. I have paid a subscription because I think it's a great idea and I do want to help the guys with the development. Right, I am going to stop. My brakes aren't working on my joystick. I have to use my feet. I wonder why. Before we go, I'm just going to have a look at SPAD next. Right, we're on the right stick. Button 1. It is there. It's just not. It's not responding. Okay. I'm going to go about 45-50%. Off the brakes and into flex. Now this is before where my stream was breaking up. I thought my rudder wasn't working then. 100 knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate, give up. Nose down for acceleration speed. And we'll dump it onto autopilot and we should get handed off.
Easy 2064, contact departure.
Contact departure, easy 2064, see ya. Departures, hello, easy 2064 at 2,000 feet for 4,500 feet, Benny 3 Bravo departure. Yeah, they're good, aren't they? The engine sounds are incredible. It's the new Phoenix version 2. Flap 0. Forgot to start the clock.
Easy 2064, Jersey departure radar contact. Climb via the city.
Climb via Sid, roger, easy 2064. So that's clearance to 6,000.
Easy 2064, climb and maintain flight level 100.
Climb and maintain flight level 100 EZ2064. And standard pressure. There's quite a short flight, so I'm going to start preparing for the approach. At Jersey departure, EZ2064, can you give me the arrival runway please for Birmingham?
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time.
EZ2064, expect ILS approach, runway 15 at Birmingham.
In just a few moments, we'll commence...
Roger, ILS approach, runway 15 Birmingham, Roger, EZ2064.
All details can be found in your in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct
Hammer 1 Bravo,
15.
EZ2064, expect ILS approach, runway 15 at Birmingham.
ILS approach, runway 15 at Birmingham, EZ2064, roger. Sometimes it doesn't pick up what you've said, what you've read back. I know they're working on that. Approaching 10,000. Release the cabin.
EZ2064, climb and maintain flight level 170.
Climb and maintain flight level 170, EZ2064. Gonna go open climb because I think we're on a constraint here. No, actually we should be okay. We'll go managed. Right, weather for Birmingham. Right, we are 130 at 4. We're 5 and 1023. So first things first, we'll go back to local pressure. We'll change the QNH to 1023 and we'll set it back. Right, winds are 130 at 4. Temperature 5. QNH 1023. Cool. Now, I'm interested to see how the vectors will be for Birmingham Airport, because once we get to the end of the star, there's a vector. So short flight as well. So we'll find out. I don't know if I've set my camera views up actually. I don't know if I've got
British
top.
Airways 228, maintain 300 knots climb and maintain flight level 380. 300 knots climbing to flight level 380, British Airways 228.
I might just, unless I get another instruction, I might just go and set up my window views now.
EZ2064, contact breath center on 120.15.
Shit, okay. Preston 120.15. Have a good day, EZ2064. See ya. I'm going to set this view first before we go. and I'll do the other one after. 12015.
Easy 2064, good day.
Press Centre, hello, Easy 2064 at flight level 170. Couldn't really hear that. Climb and maintain flight level 280, Easy 2064. Right, where was I? Sorry guys, I meant to do this earlier and I forgot. I'll do it now. That'll do. Couple of wing views. If anybody doesn't know how to do that, you just hold down the Alt key and use the arrows to move backwards and forwards. Really easy.
Taxiing to holding point runway 13 via Alpha Citation 433 Mike Whiskey.
I know I was talking to the developer last night and he was saying they're bringing more UK voices into it and German and Spanish and Portuguese, but I guess they all cost money and he needs more subscribers before he can add the voices and the development. But what amazes me with the developer of this is I've got quite a good relationship with him, and if I find a problem, we just pause the sim and he goes and fixes it there and then we try it again to see if it's fixed. It's a great relationship. He's a good guy, good guy. I'm quite looking forward to Beyond ATC. I don't know if anybody else yeah, I'm quite excited for it. Not gonna lie, I've been begging and begging to join the beta team, but they wouldn't have it. If that does what it says they do, yeah, I agree with the financial structure. But if that program does what it says it does, oh my god, that's like everything in one. I don't mind paying, but with the basic voices included for free now, and some of the other restrictions taken out of it, it's a game changer. Absolute, and with real world traffic pushed through as well. I mean, I've got real world traffic on here. I don't know if you've ever seen this app. Load it up. It's called PSX Traffic. It is a subscription base and it costs around $10 a month. but it's incredible. It's about 2 seconds behind flight radar. So if there's a plane landing on, I mean, what have we got here? There's a plane just ahead of us. Let me just have a look on flight radar. We're just coming up to Southampton, aren't we? So that aircraft just ahead of us is a Ryanair, Gran Canaria to Stansted. So you can just see his tail there. Oh, there's another one there. Let's have a look at that one. That one is Porto to Stansted. And what you can actually do, if I just bring in little nav map for a second. Oh. So that there you go, look, Porto to Stansted, and that one is the second one I just spoke about. So they're actually, where they are now, they're about 2 or 3 seconds behind flight radar. So that's why I like this PSX traffic, but the ATC can't control it because they're just objects that are imported, they're not controllable. But the beauty is when they land and they go to a gate and they taxi, they're mirroring the real world plane. They're not being told what to do by Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it's very, very realistic. Now, I would have thought we should have had a handoff by now to London Control. Yeah, PSX is good. London Control, we should be on 120.15. We're on 120.15, so we're on the right frequency. I just like the PSX traffic for immersion. But as we go over London, it will tank my frames because there'll be about 120 aircraft deported into the sim. Oh, I love that spool down of the engine. Thank you, by the way, to Dungeon Master for following on Twitch. I've only just seen it because I'm not getting the notifications through for some reason. I've just seen the email. Thank you for the follow. So any second now we should be handed off to London Control.
UPS 461 heavy cleared for the
Oh,
Star.
I thought it was going to do it on time then.
Cleared for the Star, switching to 119.3 UPS 461 heavy.
I thought it was going to do it right on cue. Yeah. Come on, we're in British airspace now. We should be on London Control. I did have a handoff problem the other night, so let me just double check that See, look, see how this has changed to 118475? That'll either come through now or it hasn't handed me off. I'm going to give it another couple of seconds. 118475 is the correct frequency. I know that. But do we get a handoff?
064, contact London Control Center on 118.475.
Oh, there we go. Over to 118.475. Have a good day. See ya. London Control, hello, easy 2064, fly level 280, Hemel 1 Bravo, arrival, Birmingham. Now that's a new one. Let's see if it knows what the star is. That'll be a test for it.
Easy 2064, London Control Center, roger.
Well, it didn't say anything else. I've actually just invited the developer to the stream, guys. Hopefully he's going to join in a second, so if you've got any questions for him, feel free. Yeah, I've been doing a few flights with Brian recently. Really good guy, and yeah, sort of where we found things that aren't quite right, he's fixed them on the fly for me. He could probably answer that for himself if he joins. He's just asked. Oh, Brian's on. Tell you what I could probably do is get him on voice. I can invite you to a Discord. You can hear me, Brian. I don't know what I'm doing now. Let me see if I can get this to work. I don't know if my settings are set for this. Brian, can you hear me? I might have to play with my settings a little bit on this. Oh, we can. Can everybody else on the stream? Hey, can everybody else on the stream hear Brian? We'll wait and see if anybody puts a thumbs up. Hey, yeah, I think they can hear you. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, we've just been talking about some of the flights me and you have done recently, where we've spotted things that aren't quite right, and you just fix them there and then. I've never known a developer like it. Oh, no, can't hear him. Okay, so that's... Let me have a look at my Discord settings to see how I can pump the output. Settings, audio. I wonder if I can... Where's my audio settings? Where are my audio settings? Devices, connections, clips. They've moved them. Voice and video. Right. Output.
Windows, I'm out. Like, I can't do it either.
Right, I think I've just pushed you. No, C. Number C. I've got virtual audio cables, whatever the hell they are. Ah, got him, 5x5. They can all hear you now, Brian.
Ah, that's exciting. Hey, everybody. Cool. What app is that, by the way? That's that you're using for the audio mixing there.
That is Voice Meter Banana.
Okay, yeah, all right. I got it.
Yeah, so it's good.
I gotta get something like that to solve some of my problems. Hey, everybody. Good to meet you guys. How's the flight going?
Yeah, it's good. Good. We've no problems so far, my friends.
Well, that doesn't sound like us.
No, it's been good. Can you put the link in for that mixer in the chat? Yes, I can. Let me just do that now. In fact, I'll just Google it. Voice. There's two. There's Voice Meter Potato or Voice Meter Banana. These are free. They're free of charge, guys, and I don't know which should let me link it in the chat.
Yeah, I played with Banana once, and I couldn't believe how good it was, considering it's free. I never went back to it, but now I need to, which is why I was asking what that was. And yeah, I was really surprised at how good it was. Kind of like OBS, right? Like, I can't believe OBS is free. It's incredible.
I know. I was just saying that I've not been able to stream for a while. I used to be a prolific streamer, but I had real issues with OBS tanking the frames, and it just made my sim unflyable as soon as I started streaming. But I found out that somehow my screen refresh rate all of a sudden on the graphic settings had changed to 20, and so for some reason it was limiting everything to 20 frames. The minute OBS was running, then it was struggling, and it just went all over the place. Right, we've got a top of descent coming up shortly, so
how far from top of descent are you?
About 20 nautical miles.
Oh yeah, you'll get it here in a bit. Then you'll get your initial percent. We actually worked really hard on this last night in terms of trying to really smooth out the arrival process and make sure that you had the right timing on the descent. It's amazing how it's a little bit of an art. There's formulas out there for it and all that stuff, but everybody's kind of got their own feel for where they feel like that should kick in. The cool thing is we model a little bit of variance there, so it's not always going to be in the exact same spot.
No, that's good. The flight I did earlier off before the stream, because I didn't get to test it before with the latest update, so I thought I'd do one before I streamed. Got it within 1 nautical mile. I was about, oh god, do I ask for descent or don't I? And then it went descent down to flight level 240 just in time, so it was really good.
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to not push it quite to the limit where you're ready to call and ask for descent, but that's okay. Glad to hear it went well.
Well, there's the marker, and we are 7.5 miles from top of descent, so let's see what we get. So we're coming up on 5 miles, and I don't mind going a little bit over and extending the speed brake, so we'll see if we get it, or what's our turn?
Hopefully it comes in here, yeah. Oh, you had a weird handoff there, it looks like. We need to take a look at that and get that fixed, but we don't have to do it right now, obviously.
No, I know what you're like. You'll already have the code open.
No, it's our fault. But I see a problem. I want it fixed. Our big goal with this thing, and we're serious about it, is that we want it right.
Yeah.
And you know, we're rapidly developing, rapidly fixing problems, et cetera, and you know, there's pros and cons to that. Sometimes that means we accidentally fix something too much. Sometimes we break things, but it doesn't happen too often. But yeah, I see a problem, and it just drives me nuts, and I want it fixed. So
I love that. That one night when we were up till God knows what time in the morning, and we're like, oh, there's another one. Oh, I'm doing it now. Was it the Q&H? Because it was giving weird Q&H's at flight level 4 450 and stuff, and you went, oh, I can fix that, and you did it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and ask for descent because it's not given me yet. So
if you want, hang on before you do that. Check one more thing here. What I want to do, take a look at what it's thinking right now, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. I was to say, what I might just do as well is update the stream title. As you're on, we might as well have you in the title.
I'll be here for just a minute. I can't stay too long, but yeah, for just a minute I can certainly be here.
Do you know what? I won't bother.
And we don't have to debug here in real time while everybody watches. That's no fun for anybody. But I am looking now to see where what call sign are you flying under right now?
EZ2064, EZY2064. So I'm going to go ahead and ask for descent then.
Sure.
So London Control, EZ2064, ready for descent. We might have to do a bit of a high-speed descent here, but it's all good.
Oh, I don't think it. Yeah, I missed you.
EZ2064, say again your message.
Sometimes it's so good.
Almost
all the time. It's
requesting top of descent, please. Sorry, Brian. I just I missed that.
You're fine. I was laughing at the bad interpretation of your first request there. It's usually really good, as you know.
Well, we should be at flight level 220. We should be at 220.
4, descend at your discretion to maintain flight level 240.
Still looking to see why it's holding on to you so
my
tightly
discretion
there.
at flight level 240, EZ2064. Brian, just while I've got you, there's a constraint at Hemel, which should be flight level 220.
Yep, I see it. Good one. I'm writing that one down. I'm going to go after that one here in just a second. We'll get this all smoothed out here. It's much better than it was even 2 days ago. So.
Oh, tell me about it. I actually did a video, and don't watch it because you won't like me, but I was like, I'm unsure if I like this at the minute. And it was a very balanced video. And then the very next day, I did it again, and I went, oh my God. And even if you play the stream back, I was like, I was pretty harsh on my last video, and now I feel really guilty because...
2064, descend via the HEAM 1B arrival. Expect the RNAV runway 15 approach into Birmingham.
Descend via the SID, star correction, Hemel 1 Bravo, and expecting the RNAV 15 for Birmingham, EZ2064. Yeah, so what was I going to say?
I know what happened with your descent, by the way. I know exactly what happened. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. We put a new formula in last night for making sure that you get your descent instructions at the right timing prior to top of descent. And it's kind of that standard formula of, I gotta remember, distance to airport minus elevation airport, your altitude, times 3 plus another 10 or 20 miles, et cetera, et cetera. IFR hardcores know that formula well. We put that in, but it was the variables were much more optimized for like a GA aircraft. And then this morning, somebody called me out on it and said, hey, it's better, but it's still not quite right. And then we adjusted it even more. But based on this, I think we need to move it even just a little bit more because we were probably still 5 minutes off or so.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, having the constraints put in as well, then that first instruction would be descend down to flight level 220, be level by Hemel. And that, that's all work in progress, right? And it's all right as flight simmers saying, Brian, it needs to this, but that's probably lots of code and lots of work. Like we never see that side of it.
Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. I'm often surprised at how well the AI can take an abstract scenario and go, and make sense of it and put it back together and give you exactly what you're sort of hoping for. It's really good when you ask for things, sort of figuring it out and giving you the right instructions. But I'm also equally often surprised at how dumb the AI is sometimes and how it misses some things that are really obvious. And that's when it starts to take a lot of code, when you have to go in and say, all right, the AI is not going to be able to handle this, but I can I'll help the AI by doing the work on the back end and then feeding it the results. We do a lot of that as well. Obviously, GPT-4 is a terrible air traffic controller out of the box.
Yeah, I could imagine. Oh, that's brilliant. Well, guys on the stream, you can try this free of charge, 24 hours. Go along to the sayintentions.ai website and give it a go yourself. It's so easy. When you go for the settings, there's a box that says you're a student pilot if you're a bit nervous or not done this before, and it will go a little bit more easier on you. But give it a go. That's all I did, and I was hooked.
Hooked, exactly. No, I know I sound biased because I'm the one that made it, but I won't fly without it anymore. Like, it feels so boring without having this going now. I love it. It's my favorite new toy.
Yeah, I do. Now, what I've got running in the background on this as well is real world traffic added in.
Oh, good.
And I know we can't control that because it's actually just an object that's been placed.
That's correct. Now we're working on that, obviously. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about that, but let me just check in. So, London Control, Easy 264, Hammer 1 Bravo, flight level 170, descending with the star. What's up, wheels up? I'm currently using FS HUD for my ATC. Do I have to remove that first or anything? No, you don't, buddy. You just don't start it, and you start this instead. FS HUD was my go-to ATC, which Brian knows, before this came, and I haven't launched FS HUD ever since because whenever I start FS HUD, I lose 20 FPS. Once the FSL integration is there, I lose 20 FPS, and then when I start OBS, I lose another 20 FPS for the encoding that's done for the stream. So instantly. And you'll see on a stream from a couple of days ago I tried with FS HUD. You'll just see it just goes goes all over the place. So this to me is ideal because so far my stream is holding up and I've got ATC.
There should be no impact to your frame rate at all with our stuff. Zero.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
I've tested it.
Yeah,
I've tested it rigorously.
It should be. Yep, it should be absolutely zero with our stuff. It's funny, we sometimes have people say, gosh, I want an offline version, I want to be able to run it, without the servers in the background, and I'm like, you do not want that. It would melt your computer. Yeah, it would melt there wouldn't be anything left for you to fly with.
No, exactly. And we've got Flight Sim today on the stream. He's another avid user of sayintentions, good old Rob. He's also a massive streamer. He's a content provider. He doesn't do streams. He doesn't like his voice on there. But
what does Rob do?
So Rob's got his own channel where he makes his own videos. Flight Sim today on there. But he's also a massive user of sayintentions. In fact, he was the one that said, "Si, go and try this." So hopefully he's on the stream now. I know he's doing a flight himself, so we might be struggling. But I just messaged.
Okay. Yeah, this is cool. So this is embarrassing for me, and I apologize. I have never really been connected to or know anybody in the flight sim community prior to this project. I'm learning quickly. I'm getting up to speed. I'm learning who's who. But yeah, please don't ever interpret my lack of knowing who someone is as disrespect.
Oh, no,
it's not meant that way.
Don't worry, you're in a safe environment here. We're all geeks.
Oh man, I don't know. I've seen social media on flight simulator groups.
Oh god, yeah. There's one on Facebook called Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and it's got 70,000 members, and that's my group. I set that up.
Send me an invite. I'd love to join that.
Yeah, I set that up when it came out, and then it just exploded. But the nastiness on there of people.
It's horrible, right?
Somebody comes on and goes, "Oh, I've just downloaded the Phoenix. I'm struggling because this doesn't work," and then you get read the bloody manual, and it's all go to Google, and it's like, guys, you could answer this guy's question in 3 seconds by saying, all it is, uninstall it, make sure the files are out of the community and reinstall it, your problem will go away. How long did that take? And you've just helped somebody.
There's a very strange thing with social media where the default human reaction is not nice, and it's funny because I think the best way to get help in social media is to post the wrong answer.
Yeah, that's a really good show.
All you have to do is post the wrong answer, and like 90 people come in and tell you the right answer. Like, oh, cool, thanks. But if you ask for the right answer, they'll just berate you and say mean things to you. So.
Wheels will pass the question. What's this? I'm using AIG for my model, so I don't even need to load up FSLTL. If you want traffic,
Manchester
injected,
Center contact
you do.
Birmingham approach on 131.0.
131.0. Now that's good because I didn't get approach earlier when I did this.
Brian, we're making progress, right?
Yeah, it went straight to tower. So
yep, I remember fixing that bug a couple days ago. Yeah, day or two ago,
right.
maybe. Maybe it was yesterday. I don't remember. All the days seem the same now.
It was 131.0. I've got to make sure I've just put the right frequency in.
2064 Manchester Center, descend and maintain flight level 100.
Oh, now it told me to descend with a star.
Oh, I thought I'd already told you that.
Yeah, it did. Now it's given me a higher altitude because the star's 6,000. So not to worry. That's important. Right, so let me check in. So, Birmingham approach. Hello, Easy 2064, 11,000 for 10,000. We're in Airbus A320 on the Hemel 1 Bravo. It's interesting, I'm giving it the star now, so it should understand that because it's in the flight plan. So let's see what it does with that. Yeah.
Easy 2064 Birmingham departure, roger.
Hey, did it! Beautiful. Brian, you're a legend. You know that.
That's not me. No, we've done some really, really, really cool stuff with this. By the way, traffic is interesting. We should mention that really quick. Okay. You can use any traffic injections up where you want, but you know that FSLTL, whatever. And then the next question is, oh, cool. Will I be able to hear and be sequenced with the traffic that gets injected? And the answer is no, because Microsoft Flight Simulator has a limitation where we can't actually see the intention. There's that word. We can't see the intention of any other airplanes in the simulator. It doesn't exist as a feature. So to solve that, we'll be injecting our own traffic. We have that working in proof of concept level. It's really cool. And once we do that, you'll be able to see and hear all of the other traffic that's out there. But one cool thing about injected traffic that we can do is call out traffic advisories. So, like if a plane crosses in front of you and it's a factor, there is a deconfliction service in there where it'll warn you about the airplane. Which, by the way, is exactly what air traffic control in the real world does. Right, yeah. It's like, I don't know who that guy is or what he's doing, but I'm going to call it out for you right now. Like, there's an airplane right there, right?
I'm getting that right now. Just so you know, I've just been handed off to Tower, which is a bit early.
You might be a little early for that, yeah.
Yeah, so you
haven't reached the IAF yet, right? You're still before that.
I'm well before it. I've still got to go about 20 miles yet, so let me check in. So, Birmingham Tower.
That's an early tower.
Easy 2064 with you at 10,000. Yeah, and I'm a bit high now. I should be more 6,000.
Yeah, and definitely a little early on the tower handoff. I'll get that fixed. What I'm going to do is make it so that you'll get your tower handoff shortly after you pass. Probably somewhere in between the initial approach fix and the final approach fix.
Yeah, that's how it should be. That's perfect. That is. I love that. You watch. You'll have this done by tonight. I know what you're like.
That one's an easy one. I can have that fixed here in just a second. So.
Oh, really?
Too late for this flight, but
guys on the stream, I told you if he finds a problem, he's on it.
Look, man, by the way, the top thing that everybody asks is, how can I help? How can I help? And the answer is, please just fly with it. Like, because that's if you saw what my desktop looks like, you'd go nuts. It's scrolling feeds of data, like Matrix style, right? Just tons of screens of scrolling data. But I'm watching that data, and as it's flowing by, I'm making corrections and fixing bugs and things like that. And so the answer to how can I help is usually very simple. It's just fly with it. And that way I get the data that I need to make the corrections.
No, I love that. I'm just going to not talk over you. I'm just going to type in my response.
No, talk. Sorry.
No, that's good. That's good. I'll just type it in now. I think that's really good, actually. What the tower's done, though, is it's cleared me for the ILS approach now.
Were you on the RNAV or the ILS?
Yeah, I was on the RNAV, and it's changed me to the ILS, which is what I want, because in the United Kingdom we don't use the RNAV unless there is no ILS. It's always ILS as default.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah.
We should fix that. Well, we should fix that so that in the UK you get the ILS by default then. Right now it's basically set to give you the RNAV by default, but it sounds like Tower, the AI was aware that that change was probably the right move for the area, but we should make it so that when you begin your descent, you're told to expect the ILS if you're in the UK. That's an easy thing.
Yeah, that's it. That's brilliant. That is, and yeah, so that's the same for the whole of ICAO. And what we simply do is your RNAV is always offered as your second option if the ILS is out or so on. So for Birmingham, for argument's sake, if we go back a couple of years. When they extended the runway. When they extended the runway, they damaged the ILS receiver at runway 33. So for about a year, it was RNAV only for that particular airport. And it took them over a year to recalibrate the ILS. Just because someone drove into one of the transmitters at the end of the runway, one of the construction traffic. So it was over a year to recalibrate the ILS because it's a big job.
Apparently. I wouldn't have a clue how hard that is. That sounds like it's hard, yeah. Although nothing in aviation is easy, is it?
No. Right, let's just activate our approach. Good. We're just dropping below now, so let's go back to managed. Yes,
we found a bug.
Go on, sorry. I was going to say in the real world. You go.
Your turn. You go. All right. You've got to love the delay. Okay. All right. What I was going to say is we found an interesting bug yesterday where your vectors to your initial approach fix were actually vectors to your final approach fix. And got that cleaned up. So if you hit that in your last couple flights, that's now corrected.
That's brilliant. Well, what I was going to say was real world at this airport, and you're not going to know this because you're just following the charts. When you get to the waypoint we've just passed, the ATC will vector you from that point, because if you have a look now what's going to happen because of the charts and how they're programmed, it's going to turn you back on yourself, go in the wrong way, and then you'll get your vector to turn back the other way. So you would only ever follow this route now that we're on if it was exceptionally busy airspace across this airport. But you wouldn't know that because that's not on any chart. That's an ATC discretion.
But one of the cool things that we can do that nobody else is really doing is if there are exceptions at particular airports, for example, you say, well, my airport, they don't do it that way, right? They do it this other way for whatever reason. It's not right, but that's how they do it. We can insert those exceptions into the AI logic, and it will match the local procedures. We've got a couple hundred airports right now that have that.
Okay, that's really good.
It's really cool. Yeah, so if it's an airport you fly into regularly, like in real life, for example, we have a lot of people who come in and say, I know that this is technically correct, but can you change it to do it this other way? And we can, and they're happy, and honestly, it's really cool when it works. It usually works.
That's brilliant. Yeah, because you'll see on here now, we're now flying a beam with the runway the wrong way. And that's but if you look at the approach charts, this is exactly what the chart says.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And what would happen now is you'd be handed over to Birmingham Director if it was busy airspace, and you would now be putting a hold at this point where we are now until you were free to then go out. So it's only ever used when the airspace is busy, if that makes sense.
I see. That is good info. And yeah, we should totally make an update here so that it matches more closely the way that it usually works. That would be more fun. By the way,
go on, sorry.
Have you played with any of our features that are not ATC? Like, have you played with Tour Guide?
I haven't. I did put it on once, but I just it's like, right, we're now on our heading, so we should be getting a vector.
Oh no, you're good. Don't turn it on now. You need to stare at the cockpit here, so no problem.
So
I'm just curious if you used it.
So we passed now. I'm interested to see what's going to happen because we've just passed the last waypoint on our flight plan, so we're now on a disco. So we should be on a vector now. So we'll give it a minute.
For the vector.
Yeah, shall we
go ahead and ask for it?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go ahead and ask for it.
Birmingham Tower, easy 2064. Request vectors to the ILS 15. Amazes me the wording that comes up there, but it understands what I'm saying. That's incredible. The wording that comes, as it interprets.
Oh right, yeah, you read that, you're like,
yeah.
That is not what I said, and then it somehow figures it out. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
2064, turn left, heading 280, descend, and maintain flight level 2800. Expect ILS approach runway 15 via Charlie Foxtrot 15. Approach report established on the localizer.
Okay, turn in left 280 down to 2,800 feet, and we'll advise when established on the localizer. EZ2064. I didn't even read that, so I'm just guessing that's what it said. I was listening to you again.
Sorry. So yeah, I can't actually hear the agency talking to you, so I don't know when to shut up. Is the problem? I apologize.
Oh no, okay, I didn't realise that. No, that's cool. Of course, because when you're on the Discord call, it cuts out your audio.
Right.
It's quite clever with Voice Banana because I could actually feed. I think I'm not going to do it now, but I could actually feed the audio into Discord as well through Voice Banana. It's really clever stuff. Right, so one thing I haven't done is put our lights on. How naughty! That's a fine.
EZ2064, wind 350 at 7. Runway 15, clear to land.
Right, now that's a concern because we are cleared to land, but we're not vectored onto our final yet.
I think you got you got cleared to land and you're not on the final. That's annoying. All right, I'm writing that one down. Darn it.
Yeah, so I'll send you the
easy fix. Easy fix. Those two are easy fixes.
I'll throw you the debug file after as well, so you can see the points.
Sure, that'd be great.
We're not descending either. That's my own fault because I was unmanaged and I've gone off VNAV. So it's all right because I'll vector myself. I know this airport like the back of my hand.
We will shortly be landing. Please ensure your baggage and all personal belongings, including laptops, are safely stowed.
Right, our lights are on, seatbelts on, landing systems coming on, and we have auto brake low.
Ready for landing. Please review the safety card found in your seat pocket as it contains important safety information.
Right, we're not too far off touching down.
Leave all baggage on board. Please help us by handling
the vector it actually gave me is exactly what you would be given.
I'd love to hear that.
So the initial vector is exactly where you'd go. So for people that know the West Midlands in Birmingham, you'll be flying over Dudley, Sandwell, and then you'll be turning over Walsall, and then turning in for your final, and that's exactly the initial that we were given.
For departing traffic.
Extending downwind Skyline 422 Alpha Mike.
So let me just, what I am going to do is just load the chart so I don't make a fool of myself on this vector.
Is that all it takes? Because I could probably need some of that in my life too. Just have to have the chart up and I won't make a fool of myself.
Cessna 9001 Bravo, taxi to holding point runway 32
right,
via
there we
taxiway
go.
Bravo.
We can take a heading of 32
via taxiway Bravo, Cessna 9001 Bravo.
Right, we'll take a heading of 326. We'll go to local pressure.
Love this the weather, by the way, that you have right now. It's just like such a great way to show off standard kind of IFR approach, right? Like visibility's there, but not really. Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, and actually, as the night progresses, there's a lot of fog rolling in, so you'll be down to Cat 3.
So cool. What a great setup here.
Right. So
is this the new 320?
Yeah, this is the version 2. I'm just going to slow our descent slightly.
Beechcraft
So we have a new
9001
feature
Bravo,
we wanna
maintain
add
current heading traffic at your 12
I
o'clock.
think was somewhat inspired by this 320, which is I want to get the HF radio working in this thing so you can do oceanic.
Yeah, oh, that'll be incredible. That will. Do you know
Wouldn't that be cool?
Amazing? Yeah, that would be cool. That would be amazing because nobody else does that. I think PF3 does it. But it's obviously an old-fashioned, very old app.
Yeah. The trick is reading the value off that HF radio. A lot of the developers don't think that anybody will ever need it or use it, and so they don't even make it available. But I think the new Phoenix does. I think we can get that frequency off the HF radio. If we can do that, we can add oceanic, and we can make it sound just like an HF radio, like that sideband sound that it has.
Oh God, with the long beep. Yes.
Wouldn't that be so cool? Yeah.
That would be so cool. That would. Oh, this is brilliant. I'm so pleased that you joined. And
thanks for having me. I probably have about 10 seconds left here. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make your get to see you land this thing, but
that could be.
I'm glad you let me jump in for a minute. This was fun.
That could be a good thing.
2,500.
I promise not to critique your landing. I'm worried that if I do, you'll start critiquing my landings, and that won't end well for me. So.
Right. Well, I'm slowing my descent profile here. So.
Warrior 371 Bravo Charlie, hold short of runway 09, awaiting further clearance.
Holding short of runway 09, Warrior 371 Bravo Charlie.
We've got a really nice angle to cut this approach on, so we'll probably go a 050. I'm probably a little bit lower than I should be, and we will go flaps 1 now. Otherwise we're going to overshoot the turn.
Okay, sir. I'm going to let you land this, and I'll get out of your ear and let you have a sterile cockpit here. Thanks for having me out. This was fun.
No, thank you, buddy. Take care, and I'll speak to you very soon.
Sounds good. Thanks.
See ya. Take care. Bye-bye.
Skylane 422 Alpha Mike, hold short of runway 27 traffic.
Well, that was interesting, guys. I didn't expect to have the developer join. But he saw the stream and asked if he could join, so that's incredible. I love that. So the final approach is 146, so we want 126 for a nice 30-degree intercept. Right, we're going to go sterile for a minute, so I won't be able to see the chat.
924 Foxtrot Delta, cleared to land runway 31.
Cleared to land runway 31, Mooney 924 Foxtrot Delta.
We should have a really nice... oh, we could be Cat 3 conditions now. This fog is really starting to roll in. Now, I don't live too far from this airport, and it is out the window very foggy.
We'll report midfield for left base entry. Diamond 371 Bravo Charlie.
I'm really chuffed Brian joined, because do you know what? He works so hard on this, and when he does find a problem, he just goes and fixes it. Absolutely love that. One thing though, why did these runway turn on and takeoff lights come on? I didn't put them on. They seem to come on their own. Okay, coming up on 8 miles. Lock start. Glide. That's flaps 2. Birmingham Tower EZ2064 established on the localizer 15. I know we're already cleared, but we'll It was some time ago. So as you saw, he did admit there was a few problems with some of the approaches, but he'll work on it. I mean, we should have got vectors from Grove, but we didn't.
Easy 2064, cleared ILS approach, runway 15.
Cleared ILS approach, runway 15, easy 2064. Now, we're at 5 miles, get down. Birmingham Tower, easy 2064, are we clear to land? Flaps 3. Flaps full. And landing checklist, landing no blue.
Easy 2064, affirmative, clear to land, runway 15.
Clear to land, runway 15, easy 2064. Come on, I need those landing lights. It's just about in sight, I think.
Skyhawk 505 Alpha Mike, descend to 2,000 feet, report established on the localizer.
Descending to 2,000 feet will report established on the localizer Skyhawk 505 Alpha Mike.
I can just about see the pappies now.
300. 100 above. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Oh, we thumped that one down then. That didn't flare enough in time. I got no idea what my landing rate was because I can't see it, but you can probably see it on your screen.
Warrior Tree 71 Bravo, Charlie, make right traffic, runway 29, report midfield.
Making right traffic will report midfield Warrior Tree 71 Bravo, Charlie.
Oh, I forgot my brakes aren't working on my joystick. I'm pressing the brake here and nothing's happening. There we go. Minus 404, that's the worst I've done in a while. But thanks for that. It was a positive touchdown, that's what I'm going to say.
Easy 2064, contact Birmingham ground on 121.805.
Over to 121.805. Thanks for all your help. See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their
121, was it 805?
Duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable
805.
electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers.
Birmingham ground, good evening to you, Easy 2064, runway 15 vacated.
On behalf of the captain and the crew, it's been our pleasure looking after you
Mr.
today.
Zambo, haven't seen you for ages, pal.
Your EasyJet journey. For the latest news, promotions,
Nice to see you, mate.
Destination information.
Did the frames hold up, by the way, on the stream, or did it come a bit stuttery on the final approach?
Easy 2064 Birmingham ground, roger. Taxi to parking via Bravo Charlie. Cross runway tree at Charlie. Report when parked.
I'm not going to cross the runway. Cheers, Wheels, take care. Taxi to parking, have a good night, see ya. Oh, I'm not going to cross the runway because that's taking me to the GA apron, and we're not going to the GA apron. In fact, somebody's on my gate. I should be on gate 15 for this flight.
Easy 2064 taxi departing at your discretion. Have a good day.
Parking at my discretion. Have a good day. See ya. Yeah, it was a good flight. A bit of a harder landing, but that's alright. I was concentrating on lots of other things. I didn't get my flare right. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. That's what I love about this PSX traffic. These are all the right aircraft at the right gates. Get off my gate. Gate 15 is mine. I need to fix my brakes though, because I don't like using my Ruddle pedals for brakes for some reason, because I can't balance them right and I press one more than the other and I swing to one side. I much prefer my joystick brake.
Gulfstream 671 Golf Sierra, follow the Falcon on taxiway. Alpha hold short of runway 22.
Following the Falcon on Alpha, holding short of runway 22, Gulfstream 671 Golf Sierra.
Welcome to Birmingham. Good to have you here. Right, let's just clean her up. Beacon off, seatbelt off. Now I'm not using GSX, so we'll where are we? Control. We're going to go for doors. Stairs, we want gating, baggage loader. That should just open the doors itself now, I think. Right guys, thanks for the flight, thanks for sticking along, it's been good. If you got any questions or anything around say intentions, feel free to ask them in the comments. If I don't know the answer, I'll get you the answer from Brian. But apart from that, we'll look at my straight parking, eh? Thanks for joining, I really appreciate it, and I shall see you on the next one. Take care, see ya.